In love, never let anyone set your worth. I, Jake Thompson, forgot that truth. I'm a tour guide in Santa Barbara, crazy about football and craft IPA. I thought I had a solid marriage. But my wife, Emily Harris, turned our bedroom into a ghost town. She calls it a dead bedroom, like it's some doctor-diagnosed condition. I try to kiss her, and she glares like I'm a thief. Jake, I'm exhausted. Work's killing me. She groans. But she's got energy for girls' nights out. She scrolls Instagram for hours, laughs on the phone with her sister. When I want affection, she's suddenly on life support. I tried everything to spark things up. Beachside dinners, gifts, even doing the dishes. Nothing works. Emily blames stress, but I see something else. She loves keeping me on a leash, begging for scraps. The bedroom isn't dead. Her interest in being a wife is. Everything changed when Sarah Miller, our new neighbor, showed up. Her smile shines brighter than the California sun. I'm about to learn Emily only wants me when she smells competition. Ever been stuck in a marriage drama? Hit like and subscribe to see how I break free. I thought I could melt Emily's icy heart. Like the Santa Barbara sun melts a cheap popsicle. I was dead wrong. I dove into saving our marriage like a rom-com hero. I booked a table at the Cliff, a fancy beachfront spot. I picked lobster, wore the button-up shirt she once liked. Emily showed up late, phone glued to her hand. She scrolled Instagram like it paid her. I poured an IPA, and she mumbled, "I'm not drinking, big meeting tomorrow." I forced a smile. But I wanted to chuck the bottle into the ocean. We ate in silence, just clinking forks. I switched tactics. If romance flopped, I'd ease her stress. I cleaned the house, did laundry, even tackled her lacy bras. Stuff I haven't seen since the Patriots won the Super Bowl. I cooked a tri-tip steak, sourced from the best butcher in Santa Barbara. I slaved over the grill like a barbecue pitmaster. I served it, hoping for a grin. Emily sniffed and wrinkled her nose. "Jake, this smells heavy." "Heavy?" She downs tacos like a champ. I swallowed my anger, suggested a sunset walk. "Jake, I need to rest," she said. But that night, I heard her giggling on the phone. Planning a bar crawl with friends. It hit me. Emily's got energy for everything. Bars, shopping, binge-watching Netflix. But for me, she's always drained. I tried one last move. I bought pricey lingerie from a boutique in downtown Santa Barbara. Black lace, like she used to wear. I wrapped it with a note, "For us, like before." She opened it, glanced, and said, "Jake, you think I've got time for this?" I froze, like I'd been slapped. The worst was suggesting couples therapy. I thought she'd want to save us. Wrong again. She snapped, "You think I'm crazy? You're obsessed with sex." I was floored. Wanting my wife is a crime? I vented to my buddy, Mike Carter, at a dive bar on State Street. "Over IPAs and the smell of fried fish," he said, "make her jealous, man. Women wake up when they see competition." I laughed, thought it was dumb. But a tiny voice in my head whispered, "What if someone else values you? Ever tried to save something the other person ignores?" I did. And the lesson was tougher than an overcooked steak. My life was a boring loop. Work, Emily's complaints, sleeping with my pillow. Then Sarah Miller arrived. She's a photographer from San Francisco, moved in next door. One sunny Saturday, I was washing my beat-up Jeep in the driveway. She stepped out of a moving truck, in ripped jeans and a loose tank top. Sarah waved, her smile outshining the Santa Barbara sun. "Hey, I'm Sarah, new neighbor. Hope I'm not ruining your day with this mess." Her voice was warm, full of life. I fumbled, sprayed myself with the hose. She laughed, "Jake, you washing the car or taking a shower?" We chatted about the neighborhood. Where to get fresh fish, which bars don't overcharge. She actually listened. I told her about a group of tourists lost in Montecito. She laughed, asked more, "How'd you get them out of that?" When was the last time anyone cared about my stories? Sarah jotted down a mechanic I recommended. "Jake, you're a lifesaver. My car sounds like it's coughing up lung." She winked, and my heart skipped. It wasn't just her looks. She made me feel like I mattered. "My old neighbors in San Fran barely spoke to me," she said. We started running into each other. She'd grab her mail, I'd mow the lawn. Always with a joke that cracked me up. One day, she was shooting photos at Ledbetter Beach. "Jake, ever thought about ditching it all to live like a nomad?" I laughed, "Sarah, I'm barely surviving my wife." She grinned, "Your wife must be something to keep you." I shrugged, "Something? Only when she's bossing me around." Sarah laughed, her eyes sharp, like she saw something I didn't. I talked about the local seafood festival. She listened, like my words were gold. Then I felt a stare. Emily, at the living room window, watching us. Her eyes sliced like knives. Sarah waved, her smile bright. Emily gave a stiff wave and vanished. "Your wife's a peach," Sarah said, her tone saying otherwise. That night, I sipped an IPA on the porch. Thought about Sarah. Not love at first sight. Just freedom to talk to someone who saw me. Emily, inside, was on her phone. If a stranger made me feel valued, why was I stuck with someone who treated me like trash? Ever met someone who made you rethink your life? Sarah did that to me. And a storm was brewing. Emily's window glare was a warning. Trouble was coming. On Wednesday, I was grilling burgers in the backyard. The smell mixed with the salty Santa Barbara breeze. Emily appeared, in a tight dress, hair loose. Her perfume hit like a department store counter. "Jake, smells amazing," she said, voice sugary. I got suspicious. "Amazing?" she said. Burgers upset her stomach. She sidled up, touched my arm. "We should spend more time together," she purred, eyes like a soap opera star. I nearly dropped the tongues. "More time?" Days ago, she told me to leave her alone. "Dead bedroom come back to life, Emily?" I asked, coolly. She laughed, a fake chuckle. "Don't be like that. Work's been hell." "Work? Always the same excuse." At dinner, she morphed. Asked about my day, giggled at a story of a tourist tripping in a fountain. Poured me more IPA. Then, hugged me while I washed dishes. "Jake, let's watch a movie. Like old times." Her eyes sparkled, but with panic. I looked at her. Gorgeous, but desperate. "Sure about that? Yesterday you needed space." She faltered, "I want to be close." Close. I wasn't dumb. This started when Sarah waved from next door. That night, she tried again. Wore a sheer nightie that used to drive me wild. Spilled water on the bed, clumsy. "Jake, don't you want me?" she asked, voice shaky. I sat, stared at her. "Emily, why now?" "Because of Sarah?" She tensed. "Sarah? This isn't about her." "Liar. She didn't want me. She wanted me leashed." "Scared of losing me or losing control?" I asked. She denied it, but her eyes spilled the truth. "Ever seen someone love you just because they're scared to lose?" I did. It wasn't love. It was possession. I slept with my pillow. No guilt. Emily didn't want me. She wanted to own me. And I was done with that game. I was tired of chasing Emily's scraps. After her act, I decided, enough. On Friday, Sarah invited me to a beach party at Ledbetter. "Just friends, music, beers," she said, smile blazing. I went. Not for her, but to feel alive. The party was peak Santa Barbara. Latin beats, smell of grilled fish, ice-cold IPAs. Sarah, in a flowy dress, told me about a groom who fell into a wedding cake. I laughed like I hadn't in months. "Jake, you're a storyteller," she said. I felt seen, not a ghost. At home, Emily staged another scene. On the couch, tissues everywhere, eyes red. "Jake, I'm sick," she whined. "Where were you?" I said, "At a party. Sarah invited me." Her face hardened. "I'm worried about you," she said, voice frilled. "Worried?" I wanted to laugh. "Worried about me or Sarah?" I asked. She stood, furious. "You think I'm jealous? I just want to fix things." I stared her down. "Fix things? You only care when Sarah's around. I'm not your toy." She snapped, "You're selfish, Jake. Chasing the neighbor for attention." I stayed calm. "Selfish? You made me invisible in this house. I'm not your dog on a leash." She tried coming closer, voice soft. "I'm sorry. Can we start over?" I pushed her back, gently but firm. "No. I don't want love that needs pressure to show up." She went quiet. I felt free for the first time. Ever stopped chasing someone who doesn't value you? I did. It was like breathing again. We hit a dead end. Saturday, I stood on our deck, watching the Santa Barbara sunset glow red. Emily came out, in a baggy sweater. "Jake, we need to talk," she said, voice shaky. I nodded, not looking. "Talk. But tell the truth." She started her usual script. "I know I messed up. Work drains me. I didn't mean to hurt you." I turned, cold. "Work? You've got energy for bars, shopping, laughing with friends. But with me, you're always spent." She cried, tears like a broken faucet. "Jake, I'm depressed. Can't you see?" I cut her off. "Depressed? Only when I want to touch you. But when Sarah smiles, "You're full of life," she yelled, "you're obsessed with her. Sarah's just some girl." I laughed, no humor. "Sarah treats me like a person. Something you forgot a year ago." I stepped closer, voice steady. "You turned our bedroom into a battlefield. Used it to control me." I begged, "Tried everything. You only care when you're jealous." She tried cutting in. "I love you. I'm scared of losing you." I shook my head. "You're not scared of losing me. You're scared of losing control." She collapsed into a chair, sobbing. "Give me a chance, Jake. I'll change." I looked at her, no pity. "You had 1,000 chances. I'm not your puppet to store away." She went silent. She saw I wouldn't budge. Ever faced someone you loved and realized they weren't worth it? I did. It hurt, but it freed me. After the showdown, I knew I was done. Emily tried everything. Silence, tears, even spread rumors I was having a midlife crisis. I didn't care. I called a lawyer in Santa Barbara. Not for revenge, but to protect myself. I moved to a tiny apartment near East Beach. Small, but I slept soundly for the first time. No worrying about pleasing Emily. One day, I met Sarah at a beachside cafe. She was editing photos, coffee steaming. "Jake, you look lighter," she said, smiling. I laughed. Like I ditched a truckload of fish tacos, she chuckled, shared about a new photo project. I wasn't dreaming of Sarah, but I felt valued. I talked about the local food truck festival. She listened, like my words mattered. "Jake, you should start a podcast," she teased. Emily didn't give up. She showed up at my place, in the dress I bought her last birthday. "Jake, we can try again." "I'll do therapy," she said, eyes wet. I looked at her, no anger. "Emily, is this love or just you not wanting to lose to Sarah?" She opened her mouth, then stopped. "If Sarah wasn't here, would you be?" I asked. Her silence said it all. I didn't hate her. I just regretted wasting so much time. "I deserve someone who wants me without a rival," I said. She tried again. "Jake, think of our history." I shook my head. "I thought too much. Now I think of me." She left, wordless. Ever chosen yourself over a toxic relationship? I did. And I was Jake Thompson again. I'm Jake Thompson, single in Santa Barbara, and I've got no regrets. I started over, for me. I'm learning to surf, drinking beers with Mike, loving beach nights. Sarah's still my neighbor, cracking jokes that make me laugh. I'm not chasing her. I know I deserve someone who picks me every day. Emily? She tells everyone I was charmed by the neighbor. I don't care. I didn't leave for Sarah. I left because I deserve more than love that only shows up under pressure. Sometimes, you ditch a messy beach for a clean ocean. I live for me now. Surf, sip IPAs, tell stories at the bar. Maybe Sarah's in my future, maybe not. But I know I deserve someone who sees me. Not someone who only wants me to avoid losing. If this Santa Barbara drama made you laugh or think, hit like, subscribe, and check out 2 more videos I picked for you. Ever chosen yourself? Tell me, I'm waiting for your story in the next one.